okay? It's a narrative, which is something that I want you guys to do at the end of this lesson, okay? So I'm going to tell you my story, my narrative. When I was in 7th grade, I was on volleyball. And after a volleyball game, I was in the gym. And my friend and I were goofing around. And we were holding onto each other's hands. And you know how you swing each other around? Well, I swung her, she was swinging me, but she let go. And I went flying across the hall, and I hit like the metal frame of the door. And my head, I hit my face, I hit my knee. So I had this huge bump. My lip split in two. So I had one side of the lip going that way, one side going that way. And I had a big bump on my knee. And when I looked down, there was just blood everywhere. And I saw my friend's face just go pale. She was white, and she's like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And I'm like, what? And then I did look down and I saw the blood, and then I started to freak out too. So I went to the bathroom, I looked in the mirror, and I like screamed, like, ah! In the meantime, they're calling my mom to come get me, and my mom had to take me to the hospital. And I had to get 9 stitches going up my lip, and I have a scar here. And I didn't feel anything when they were stitching me up, but I could feel them pulling my lip when the needle went through, so it was like, you know, so like it just kept pulling. So anyway, the next day I didn't have to go to school, which is really good. I was really excited, but I ended up having the 9 stitches. So that's my story. Now at the end of this lesson, I want you guys to write a narrative about a story that either happened to you, or maybe it happened to a friend or a family member, and you could pretend that it happened to you. But it is a narrative, so it's in first person, okay? But when you write stories or write narratives, there's 2 things that I want you to keep in mind. One thing is punctuation. Punctuation is really important because it can change the whole meaning of your story. And the other thing are hooks. Do you guys know what hooks are?
Yes.
So you guys have gone over hooks before. So this is going to be a review for you as far as the hooks go. There's 5 different kinds. Let's start with punctuation. So punctuation is really important, and it can save a life. You can actually do that PowerPoint so they can see it. So let's start with, I'll show you some of the cool things that I actually have. Okay, this is why punctuation can save a life. I'm sure you guys have seen this before. Unfreeze. Thank you. So, let's eat Grandpa. Or, let's eat Grandpa. You can tell the difference between, there should be a comma there, because otherwise you're going, sorry Grandpa, I need to eat you right now. But you really don't want to, right? The next one is SpongeBob is here hiring managers. Do you think SpongeBob really is at Burger King hiring managers?
No.
They either needed a semicolon there or a comma. SpongeBob is here. And they need to hire managers, as you can tell. Cows, please close the gate. Well, the cows aren't really going to close the gate. They're telling you that there's cows there, so cows, please close the gate. So we need a semicolon or a comma there as well. Or like a little hyphen, a little dash. Caution, hot children under 10 and under need adult supervision. So I guess cold children don't need supervision. We're going to learn to cut and paste kids. But you're really not going to learn to cut and paste kids. You're just telling the kids they're going to learn to cut and paste, right? Cows, keep your dogs under control. So you're telling the cows that their dogs need to be kept under control? It should be just, cows, keep your dogs under control. So no comma in this particular instance. Attention, toilet only for disabled, elderly, pregnant children. What? You must be disabled, elderly, pregnant, and a child to use their bathroom? I don't think so. So they're missing a ton of commas because they're talking about disabled people, elderly people, pregnant people, and children. Okay, here's a really gross one. This is a hospital record. So unable to eat diarrhea. Well, if they would have had a semicolon in here, it would have been unable to eat, and they have diarrhea. That's what it should say. Rachel Ray finds inspiration in cooking her family and her dog. So I don't think she really wants to cook her family and her dog, but they missed a few commas or a few semicolons right in there. Hunters, please use caution when hunting pedestrians using the walk trails. Well, I hope the hunters aren't going to hunt the pedestrians, otherwise we're all in trouble. So here's the punctuation, question mark or exclamation mark. We need to use all punctuation, not just commas. So what's wrong? Nothing's wrong. So there's the exclamation mark right there. Okay, so that tells you why punctuation is pretty important. Do you have a question, or are you just stretching?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. Any other questions or anything? Let me see if I can get this off. Okay. So the next thing that I want to go to are hooks. And there's 5 different ones. Does anybody, can you guys tell me one hook? Yes.
Wait, can you say onomatopoeia or something? That's my, what's it called? Yeah, figurative language. Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Hey.
Flashback.
Flashback, that's a good one. Yes. A question, nice. An interesting fact. You guys are good.
Like people talking.
Dialogue.
Dialogue.
Good. Any other ones? There's 5. Let's see which one you guys have. Okay, so you guys got the sound effect, vivid description, you guys got dialogue, you got the question, and an interesting fact. Awesome, so you guys really do know it. Good job. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you a little clip, and you guys have to tell me which one it goes under, and then you guys are going to do the same thing where I give you guys the clips and you got to tell me where it goes, okay? All right, ready? Bzzz. The sound of my alarm clock droned in my ears as I struggled to come awake. Doug.
Sound effects.
Sound effects, good. Have you ever had a day when you wished you had stayed in bed? Alicia. A question? Good. Shock has been known to kill 10-year-olds. It can cause their brains to explode and their hearts to stop dead still. Drea.
An interesting fact.
Good. The sun was warm on my back as I raced toward the waiting yellow school bus. As I nestled into the warm leather seat, I was greeted by the friendly voices of other excited kids. Haley. What did you say? No. Think again. Yes. Yep, vivid description. Hurry, or you'll be late, called my mother from the bottom of the stairs. Today of all days, you want to be on time. Gee, what could it be, Paige?
Dialogue.
Dialogue, there you go. Awesome. Okay, so now I'm going to give you cards for each table. And the cards are actually hooks from children's books, like Little Women, or Winnie the Pooh, or Twilight. And they actually do hooks to get you hooked in. So what I'm going to do is pass out these cards, and at your table, you're going to have to put them under the correct spot. And then we'll see if everyone's right. Actually, I'm going to give you the cards, and then they have magnets on them, so then you're just going to put them underneath the correct spot. Are there any other questions?